told her you're never coming back, Diaz.
Oh, are we getting backstory? I love backstory. Oh, shit. Oh, I want him to do it. Punch him in the damn face.
I want to take you in.
God, this guy's so... Oh, fuck this guy. I'm really all for this partnership with Laurel and Diaz, as much as I don't like it. Oh, these two. They good? Anyway, as I was trying to say earlier for that scene, that was a very sweet scene, but I like the Laurel and Diaz partnership. I do. They have good chemistry.
Not before we know that you can operate at our level.
I don't like this guy at all. He seems like a douchebag. Is it bad that I'm rooting for Diaz in this moment? Is he gonna punch the glass? Don't punch the glass. Don't punch the glass. You're gonna punch the glass. Oh, I knew it. That's never a good thing to do. You're just gonna hurt yourself. Oh, shit! Look at that logo! I'm guessing this is just a Diaz episode, and I love it already. I want Diaz to take over the quadrant. Oh, I just like it. Is that bad? It's not bad. Laurel's bad. She's not really that bad, but she's bad. I need to stop saying the word bad.
Speaking of team.
No, don't do that. Why would you do that? We're having such a good time.
How are you doing with all this?
I'm fine.
Alright. I mean,
What? Honey, ease up. It's a 30-year-old single malt.
did you just called her honey? What?
Call me honey again.
Yeah.
I don't react well when people waste my time.
Yes, punch him. Do something. Ugh. For some reason, this guy's like slimy. Oh, I love the music behind it too. That reminded me a little bit too much of Crowley, and tears just sprung to my eye. Hell yeah, Laurel. Like, girl's such a badass. I feel like this episode's gonna be me rooting for Diaz the entire time. Also, look at him. He's doing so great. Fuck, he's so brutal. This is what I want in a villain. Okay. Oh, wow! He's wearing a vest, right? Yeah, I was about to say. Laurel, go ahead. Scream, baby. Scream. I want her to wreck these fools.
You wouldn't think I was outnumbered if you knew what she can do.
Yes! What Oliver should do is just... Oh, what happened? What Oliver should do is allow... I love this. Allow Felicity to at least track him by GPS. You know what I mean? Not getting involved, but just making sure he's okay.
My father will never give you what you want.
This guy's...
That's perspective.
Man, Diaz is... Oh, he's so good. Ooh, Laurel's not liking that. Man, he has such a rage problem. But, like, it makes for a great villain. What happened to Jesse? Are we gonna find out?
I control the dragon.
Let's hope, man, because that might be your downfall. Oh my god! Holy shit. Dude! He's badass. Horrible, but badass. Ah, yeah. Oh. Shit. She doesn't like the brutal torture stuff, I found. Like the brutalness, like the, yeah, she just doesn't care for that part. Which makes a part of her good, which means a part of her can be redeemed. Wow.
You're a street thug. Not even qualified to work on one of our crews.
He just came in and like destroyed half your men.
I don't see an empty chair.
I mean, if you kill him,
He pushed me to it.
there's an empty seat.
A loser.
Yeah, yep. You pushed his buttons.
Look at here.
A seat. An empty seat.
That's an empty seat.
Yep.
Can I help you?
That's Jesse, isn't it? It has to be. Is William here? He shouldn't be, like, hearing this. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. He has to be there.
You okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Okay.
I will always come back.
I believe that because he's the main character of our show. Oh, poor Felicity. I feel so bad. Like, she's such a sweet pea.
I don't think people are supposed to know that Laurel's working with a crime lawyer.
He's not gonna be lasting long anyway.
Getting my payback.
Holy shit. Dude.
I think that this is a little bit more than payback.
Oh my god. This is crazy.
And blisters.
Terrified of Diaz. This episode made me terrified of his character. Were you actually about to see this man burn alive? Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Did I get my payback
Dude. Dude.
when I wasn't on Earth?
You're not. You never. Oh my god. Laurel is like, dude, what the fuck did I get into? What the fuck did I get into? Shit. Holy crap. The Arrowverse has introduced some of the best villains of TV history, I think. They do such a good job writing villains. From Prometheus to Reverse Flash to Zoom to Slade. There are so many great villains out here in the Arrowverse between all 4 shows, and they just introduced someone, I think, that changed the game a bit. And the only thing I'm upset about with this episode is that we didn't get this sooner. But I think one of the main things that Diaz pointed out was patience in this episode. He was like, patience is virtue. And I really like how they added that in there. I'm not that upset. I would have been more upset if they didn't add that in there. The reason why is because Diaz played the long game. He went in, he rose up in the ranks, and he started with Caden James. And after Caden James was done, you know, doing what he wanted to do, or failing at what he wanted to do, Diaz swooped in, killed him, and that was that. And then he became the big bad for the season. And as he continued to do that, we saw more and more, but also less of him, less of what I wanted to see him. And I think this episode brought a whole new layer to his character. Definitely, because I've never felt more threatened, you know, physically threatened from a character before, besides, you know, Adrian Chase and Slade in certain moments. But this whole episode made me feel scared. Like, I was sitting in my seat like, holy shit. It started with the backstory with Diaz, and he was in the orphanage, and this kid Jesse was just picking on him, and this Jesse just seemed like a bit of a dick, and was like basically telling Diaz, you're nothing, you're a loser, you'll never amount to anything, and he burned his only picture of his dad that he had left, and that's how he got introduced to Diaz. And it's kind of like, oh, I get it, I understand why Diaz is the way he is. Growing up, and that's what, he was probably 8 then? Like, that's not even probably he's skimming the barrel of what we have seen of Diaz's backstory. And throughout this episode, Diaz was trying to get into the Quadrant. And it's these 4 people that basically run crime throughout the continent or the country. I don't remember which one. And Diaz wants a seat at the table. Except that he was put on this dog mission, like Laurel kept saying, basically taking pictures of this guy and getting him to the Quadrant, all this stuff, until the Quadrant betrayed him by shooting, except Diaz had a vest on because he knew that was going to happen. And Laurel and Diaz went back and tortured the son of the hair gel guy that Laurel liked to call him. And one of the main things I found interesting is Diaz, like when he was talking with Laurel in the car about the dragon, and the dragon is his fear and anger basically embodied. You know, that's his nickname. And I think it's interesting because Laurel compared Diaz to Adrian Chase, and I think that is a fair assumption. Adrian Chase, he was collected, he was always 10 steps ahead, and he kept his rage at bay for the most part. Even at the very end, he was calm. He put a gun up to his head, shot himself, but he was calm and smug about it. And one of the things that's even more threatening, I think, about Diaz is the fact that Laurel was talking about him losing control of the dragon. And I think that's his main, I think that's what's going to be his main downfall, because we saw him punch the mirror. We saw him brutally kill many, many, many people and torturing that guy and burning Jesse at the end, which we'll get into a second. It's just one of those things where it's like his anger pokes out way more than it did with Adrian Chase. And I think that's what makes him scary. It's because his anger is so, like, the way he talks is so slow and menacing, but his anger is shown physically, and I think that's one of the best things about this character. This was such a different episode of Arrow. Like, I don't think, watching this, I didn't feel like it was Arrow. Hell, Oliver was barely in the episode. He was in it for, what, one scene? You know, we didn't even have all of our characters in the episode. It was crazy to watch. I do have to say, I love seeing Diaz fight. I love seeing Laurel fight. Laurel definitely killed someone, right? When she screamed and that table went into that guy's chest, she definitely killed someone. And Laurel not liking the whole torturing, you know, the brutal nature of Diaz, I think that's what's going to sever their relationship. I don't know where they're going to go from here, because I think, you know, burning Jesse alive at the end kind of drew a line for Laurel. I don't know if she's going to go to Lance and be like, hey, so remember when I was trying to be good? Well, I've actually been working for Diaz. He's a part of the quadrant round. I helped him, but he's kind of crazy, so help me, you know? Like, I don't know what's going to happen with that. On the B-side story, we had Curtis and Felicity kind of rekindling their relationship. I was looking for that word and it didn't pop into my head. And them talking, and Curtis found out about the whole Team Arrow break, and Felicity freaking out about Oliver. And that's my thing. I said in the reaction, I said Oliver should give her a GPS just to make sure he's okay, you know? And I understand her helpless feeling, even though she's not helpless. It's just her helpless feeling of, like, not being able to do something when Oliver's out in the field and stuff like that. And I felt so bad for her, but I loved the scene that she had with Oliver at the end there, of Oliver just being like, I made a promise to William, now I'm going to make a promise to you, I'm coming back. And we know, obviously, we know he's coming back because he's Oliver Queen and he's the star of our show. So we always know that. But Felicity, these characters don't know that. And I think that's scary for them. I understand why it's scary for them. Hell, Oliver said he was going to come back after his fight with Raish, whatever you want to say. And he didn't. He died, you know. And Felicity had to deal with, what, a month or so without Oliver. And that scared her. So I understand where Felicity is coming from, and I feel bad for her. And then at the very end, I think one of the craziest fucking villain scenes of the show is when he brought Jesse up, and I thought, you know, torture, like stabby stab. No, he fucking burned that guy alive, and I about lost my damn mind. That was absolutely insane. I was just sitting there like, oh, that's the thing. He just stepped up so much. Like, Diaz stepped up so much this past episode that I don't even know where he's gonna go from here. You know what I mean? Right now he's at, like, he just burned a guy alive, killed a whole bunch of, like, and it's only episode 19. We still have like 4 episodes left. That's really exciting. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see my previous reaction, all I have to do is click the link in the description. And as always, I'll see you next time, hopefully with a less traumatizing episode, but at the same time, it was damn good. So I'm excited for next week.